One of the things I've told myself is when my children get to a certain age, I will show them how their life become if they don't know the way of righteousness. They will go to the prison and see how men can waste their life in unrighteousness, so that they will understand how to sustain this scepter that God has given to us in our family. They will be in the picture when we are casting out devils, when we are healing the sick. Do not tell them, don't worry, everything has been achieved for you. You just need to relax. And the Bible said a child, even though he's a head, different not from a servant. So that child can be 20 years, but he's still a servant because you didn't teach him the way of handling scepters. That's how that scepter in your family will be lost. I know what God has given to me, and I know that which God has given to me, it doesn't end with me. It's a transgenerational thing. You remember the Bible did not say Issachar, but the sons of Issachar. So what God gives to a person, he gives to his generation. What God gives to a person, he gives to his tribe. What God gives to a person, he gives to everyone that comes after him. These inheritances are both natural and, for example, I know that an average Igbo man should be knowledgeable about business. It will be foolishness for you not to be, because that's one of our inheritance. Some parents, even though they have the money to send you to the university, will first send you to go and learn trade first, and then they will send you to the university. That is called using the rod to train the child. They want you to have the scepter within the family. So if you have a prophetic team within your family, you must also ensure that you train your children around the prophetic. You will now tell your daughter, if you want to sustain it, you must ensure that you give yourself to purity, because once you corrupt that thing, it will be lost. That's the way to use the rod to sustain the thing that God has put in your family. But if we don't know the way of the rod, it will end with us. Can you look at your life and check the lots of the righteous that Satan has taken away from you? You used to hear that people in this family, they are usually rich. Then after a season, you notice that everyone that is born into this family, their wealth will end up. It is a sign that a lot has been taken out. For most of you, you are like Levi, the one that will bring prophetic words, the way of priesthood to a people. You know, because when you dream, you see yourself under an atmosphere of intense presence of God, preaching to thousands of people. But when you look at your life, your legs are still shaking with lust, shaking with masturbation, shaking with fornication. The rod of the wicked has rested upon you. They are scepters of righteousness and they are scepters of unrighteousness. And every one of us here seated under the sound of my voice, there is a scepter that God has given to us. He gave it to our ancestors, and it should be passed from generation to generation. You don't know it. Look around your life, check the things Satan is doing, ensuring that scepter that God has given to you is taken away. When you have a throne without a scepter, your rulership is broken. Most of you need to be the dividing line between the old generation and the new generation. I've made up my mind that I'll be that one. I'll be that one that will rebuild the walls. I'll be the restorer of the bridges and the paths to dwell in. Those things God has put in my family, I'll be the one that will restore my family name. The rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous.